Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is a pleasure to welcome you to our first virtual prep school prize giving, conveniently streamed to you in the comfort of your own home. I would like to extend a particular welcome to those who are attending for the very first time. During this year, I have been amazed and impressed at what has been going on in the prep school and the extensive involvement of all the boys and girls in all parts of the curriculum, both in and outside of the classroom. Congratulations to every single one of you for everything that you have done. The prep school has responded brilliantly to the pandemic crisis. The pupils have adapted to the alternative classroom with ease. Their learning has flourished thanks to the resourcefulness, innovation, and ingenuity of their teachers. A real team effort by the prep school. I would like to thank Mr. Entwistle and his senior management team for all the work that they have done to make sure that this has been a seamless transition. Welcome to the prize giving, and I would like to now invite Mr. Entwistle to give us his annual review. Thank you.
School governors, headmaster of the trust, our guest of honour, ladies and gentlemen, staff and pupils of the school, hello and welcome. I'm delighted that you've been able to join me, albeit virtually, at this important event in our school calendar. In particular, I'd like to welcome Mr. Eddie Izzard, our guest of honour. Eddie is a former prep school pupil and needs no introduction. Not only is he super famous as a stand-up comedian, actor, writer, raconteur and political activist, much loved by my own generation. However, since his visit this year to spend time with our pupils, they've been able to appreciate his passion, warmth and humanitarianism. I also thank our CEO and headmaster of the senior school, Mr. Pete Goodyear, for his warm welcome. Now, I say each year that celebrating all of the children and all that they achieve within our wonderful school on a daily basis is, of course, what prize giving is all about. And more than ever this year, we have come to appreciate that it is the collective effort that matters, those moments of kindness and support that may go unnoticed, but which are fundamental to the culture and success of our school. And I refer to each and every one of you. We are incredibly proud of all of you, of all you do in every area of our busy school. So, whilst it is impossible for us to mention every name and every success, if you're not a prize winner this year, please understand that your contribution is no less important. We've had to deal with a tremendously challenging, disruptive and potentially damaging pandemic, and to see how every member of our community at Bede's has reacted to ensure that the outcomes for pupils be as positive as possible has been our guiding principle. Bede's is precious. We're a community, an extended family, and during the last 4 months I've witnessed firsthand the professional expertise of my colleagues, the amazing contribution and help from our parents, as well as the ability and resilience of our pupils to adapt, engage and succeed. 4 months ago seems like a different universe, and talking about BC, or before COVID, may seem a bit strange. But let's give it a go. Looking back at so many highlights over this past year, beyond the day-to-day excellent teaching, both inside and beyond the classroom, it's the three themes of expanding possibilities, the continued focus on outreach through charity work, as well as the incredible move to remote learning that has been prevalent throughout this year. What follows is a whistle-stop tour of highlights provided to me by my colleagues. In Year 7, the team-building morning at the start of September term saw children taken to arena pursuits and immersed in challenges that not only excited the mind, but also required whole team participation. The challenges included minefield, canal crossing, Fred's Cadillac, where teams had to construct a vehicle in the form of Fred Flintstone's car and then compete in a timed race and to finish an assault course. And the grounds were filled with laughter and screams, and it was the perfect start to this new academic year. And early in the autumn term, pupils were treated to a fantastic School for Sport event. Former GB international Gianni Franchi led a sponsored circuit fitness session with all pupils from reception through to Year 8. Book Week was an extravaganza of author visits, performances and outlandish costumes to celebrate the sheer joy of reading. Throughout the week, we welcomed a host of acclaimed authors. Poet Brian Moses interwove percussion, performance and poetry for years 1 to 4. Years 5 and 6 were visited by novelist Peter Brunzel, author of his series of Cogheart adventures. And pupils in years 7 and 8 had to crack the code with Helen Dennis, author of Secret Breakers and the River of Ink series. Year 3 enjoyed their visit to the Booth Museum in Hove. The museum holds a slightly macabre Victorian collection of stuffed birds, skeletons, insects and rocks, and the highlight for the children was to arrange the real human bones into a full skeleton. Year 7 pupils took part in the UK Beberas Computational Thinking Challenge, which involves applying a set of skills and techniques used by software engineers to solve problems. 8 pupils received a distinction with a score in the top 10% of their age group nationally. And Year 7s had a rather different experience of the traditional River Cuckmere trip in geography. This year the visit was delayed until the second half of term, and we witnessed the tail end of an almost unprecedented flood of this iconic set of meanders and the floodplain of the lower course. Some pretty frightening storms battered the coast over the winter months. At the end of November, Mr. Brewer took a small group of keen geographers over to Vine Hall to participate in the excellent geography game show, which involved an American traveller educator reproducing a huge world map, all from memory. The sport at Bede's Prep has, as always, been far-reaching and varied. We've had multiple teams representing our core sports at all levels, with fantastic results in football. Our under-13 boys reached the national finals, Henry Taylor and Dylan Sudan giving one of the finest displays of sportsmanship in the semi-final victory in the run-up to that. And hockey, our under-13 and under-11 girls becoming regional finalists. Our netball teams have been highly commended for their conduct and attitudes throughout the autumn term. And our wonderful under-13 girls runners-up in the IAPS at East Grinstead, a tournament that was one of the last to take place before our fixture calendar changed beyond all recognition. The girls exemplified what sport is in the combination of sheer joy in playing combined with the true grit and never say die endurance. Bede's Prep prides itself on creating opportunities for all diverse sporting endeavours, and our Prep equestrian team joined forces with the senior squad to compete at high level across the country, led by Lola Woolard. Our cricket season was sadly not to take place due to the situation worldwide, but with so many of our players being selected as county players prior to the start of the summer term, it had promised to be as successful as always. And our immensely strong tennis squad were also devastated to be denied the previous year's success. A particular highlight for me was to attend the Sussex Tennis Awards, where Bede's Prep won the education category for the 4th year out of the last 5. And in the performing arts, the Greatest Showman Family Singing Morning began the year with an uplifting event. Whole families and many of the boarders sang tunefully under the direction of Mr. Farley and Mrs. Newbury. Pre-Prep came together to perform Dumble the Dinosaur, complete with a visit from a teacher in an inflatable dinosaur suit. Intersection music remained a highlight of the year, involving all pupils and staff singing together, with performances of an incredible standard from instrumental soloists and vocalists in each section, and a surprise staff performance from Mrs. Ram and Mr. Gisby to start proceedings off. The music exam concert was a new event to allow pupils taking exams to perform to an audience rather than an examiner that they didn't know, and it gave ensembles a chance to shine. The guitar and percussion concerts similarly gave all pupils learning a guitar or drums in or out of school a chance to play, and the newly formed percussion ensemble also brought the house down. Some members of the Carol Service Choir performed for charity as part of Meads Magic. Community performances are so important in everything we do. And older members then went to the Langley Shopping Centre to perform for the Delmelza Carolathon. For the first time ever, we were so proud that prep school pupils took part in cabaret at the senior school as a small Christmas band played at the matinee performance. And the year finished off before Carol service with the Year 8 Christmas party. Lots of singing and dancing, especially to Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond. Children enjoyed the games such as Ping Pong Penguin and making a snow family out of what would soon become somewhat prophetic use of a very rare commodity, toilet paper. And then term finished with the Carol service, with well over 100 in the choir, despite a bug meaning most of the Year 8 were not well enough to attend at that time. And then to the spring term. The school council, along with heads of school, visited the Houses of Parliament. They had a wonderful tour of the palace, including House of Lords and a sitting in the public gallery. And in addition to the annual Galactic Challenge, which is now a firm favourite in the school calendar, Year 7 pupils took part in an engineering day run by the senior school, which delivered a fascinating insight into the world of STEM subjects. And during Science Week, Year 5 constructed buggies in a competition to see which travelled furthest down a ramp. Year 6 Heart Start CPR training was arranged for the whole year group, and we saw Year 7 Harry Potter potions lessons and a Year 8 boat challenge with paper cups and drinking straws. In geography, Year 6 studied a theme from the Born Free Foundation, namely the Great Plastic Debate. This linked in perfectly with the work that they were doing in English, and in both subjects, children were shocked to discover the extent of plastic pollution, even on some of the world's most remote islands. Through this topic, children were challenged to research, prepare, and debate as stakeholder groups as to who they felt was most responsible for solving the plastic problem. English classes in years 1 to 7 were transformed into workshops of collaborative writing, performing, filming and editing with Lit Film Fest projects. Poetry about community and diversity were performed. Books were celebrated in book reviews. Mindfulness videos were created, and current issues about the environment were researched, culminating in news reports and letters to our local MP and to supermarkets. The Lit Film Fest team shared their expertise in filmmaking, and although we could not host the Film Fest premiere at the senior school due to lockdown, Bede was invited to celebrate our work in a grand online festival event held by the Lit Film Fest. And Year 2 pupils who represented Bede's prep from the Eastbourne in Bloom competition in March went down to the locker room, Devonshire quarters, to submit 3 designs based on the theme of explorers. By only 2 points, our pupils came second in the competition, but they walked away with great knowledge about Christopher Columbus, Ernest Shackleton, Ferdinand Magellan, even James and the magic peach around the world. They gained a trip to Stones Cross Nurseries and Drusilla's. What an experience. And in the Easter term, Eddie Izzard came in to talk to our Year 7 and 8 pupils in a special assembly about perseverance and determination. And that with the right mindset, anything is possible. His performance of Dickens' Great Expectations over 2 nights to parents and staff was simply superb. The Performing Arts evening showcased the exceptional talent of the drama and music pupils going for scholarships to their next school. And there was a Jungle Book themed pre-prep concert involving solos, groups and all pre-prep pupils singing and playing together. 2 piano concerts and 2 vocal concerts showed a real professionalism from the young performers. While COVID-19 meant that many planned performances and music exams at the end of the spring term and during the summer term could not happen, most pupils learning an instrument continued via remote lessons and participated in the optional music activities. As part of the curriculum enhancement programme, we invited Year 5 and 6 children from local schools to take part in a gripping CSI day shortly before lockdown, where pupils had to solve a murder puzzle using high-level scientific experiments to produce evidence and uncover the murderer. An elite group of Year 7 and 8 coders took part in the Perth Coding Team Challenge and also an invite-only Oxford Computational Challenge, where they had to produce programmed solutions to computational thinking problems. Now, the end of the spring term brought about what can only be described as a seismic change to all of our lives. And the last week of the spring term, pupils accessed pre-organised activities and tasks for them to work on remotely from home. So over the Easter holidays, all of the teachers learnt about how to deliver a curriculum live, but remotely. Google Meet, Classroom, and the apps associated have become the new normal. Our younger pupils and their parents have become experts in communicating through Zoom. And I think it's fair to say that we have all risen to the challenge. I'm immensely proud of all of my colleagues in the way that they have adapted, and equally proud of every pupil in the way that they have engaged with the remote learning provision. I'm enormously grateful to our parents for the way they have supported their children, teachers and Bedes in ensuring the best outcomes for the pupils under such difficult circumstances. If you were here live today, I'd be pausing to give you a huge round of applause. Maybe just take a moment to award yourselves a big hand and a pat on the back. And there have been almost daily stories of community-spirited initiatives and random acts of kindness reported on the Bede's Facebook page. I don't think I've signed off so many headmasters' commendations in such a short time over these past nearly 4 months. And in the realm of digital competencies, as a school, we're probably 2 or 3 years ahead of where we would have been otherwise. Of course, I look for the positives. We'll all know someone either directly or very close to us who's suffered personal loss through the coronavirus pandemic, and the shocks and aftershocks will no doubt continue. But I believe there's an incredibly important lesson to have come out of all of this. The importance of solidarity, community, a shared goal. The importance of the Bede's community, where we have looked out for each other and done our utmost to do the best for our children. Now, it's tradition also to mention our leavers in Year 8, and over the year there have been many highlights from this cohort. But without doubt, the breadth of talent across academia, sport and the arts has certainly been prominent this year. Delivering on our promise that at Bede's we do all we can to find each pupil's talent and passion and provide an environment which allows them to flourish, discover and develop their individual skills, as well as becoming well-rounded, confident individuals. Our Year 8 Leavers programme for 2020 saw technology once again coming to the rescue. Informative talks and lessons that had been scheduled were moved online. And in addition, the form teachers put together a memorable quiz, form socials and a final assembly for the children. Madame Aliro created a version of an escape room to challenge all of the children. The Leavers chapel service went digital, and there was a chance for the children to dance with social distancing in mind via our own live online disco. We were also grateful to our colleagues at the senior school for allowing the Year 8 cohort to have the unique opportunity to join in with many of their live activities, of which there was a myriad to choose from. We're hoping to reschedule the prom for September, if it's safe to do so, and we're hoping that this will be a way for them to be reunited as a year group and to say our goodbyes properly. As well as head boy and girl, school house prefects and our anti-bullying ambassadors, we've had subject prefects in art, music and sport in Year 8 this year. I congratulate all of our Year 8 students on all they have achieved throughout all their years at Bede's Prep, as well as the 24 pupils who were successfully awarded academic, drama, music, art and sports scholarships to their senior school in Year 9. My congratulations go to Nathan Ho, Megan Lilly, Amber Patel, Rosie Chewson, Scout Brown, Sharon Harvey, Megan Lilly, Sebastian Chance, and Emma Chin, Jago Anderson, Luca Asfor, Ella Belk, Toby Burdekin, Toby Leonard, Archie Nelson, Dylan Sudan, Henry Taylor, Louis Venables, Amy Wakeham-Dawson and Georgie Wakeham-Dawson. Congratulations to all of you. In addition, congratulations to those who gained scholarships to Eastbourne College. Reha Akinosotu, Oliver Rivet, Sophia Hawkins, Eddie Anderson, and again Ella Belk. And to my colleagues, the staff. Beyond all that the children achieve, what I'm also immensely proud of are the colleagues with whom I've been lucky enough to work with. Not only do I feel blessed to have worked alongside such a fabulous senior management team, talented academic and nursery staff, committed medical staff, inspirational coaches, as well as an exceptional admin team, highly skilled maintenance staff, and creative catering team, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the contributions of every member of staff at the prep school. Everyone works well beyond what is expected of them, and it is their contribution, as well as the immense discretionary effort that they've all put in all walks of school life, that makes Bede the great school that it is. And it's traditional for me to talk a little bit about those esteemed colleagues who are leaving for pastures new this year. I start with Chris Atherton, 23 years at the prep school. Chris, your time at Bede's prep has been immense. Beyond all the coaching, Mr. Atherton is one of the very best PE teachers I've had the privilege of meeting in my 28 years of education. A good friend and great colleague. We all wish him very well as he moves on to pastures new. The immense contribution that he has provided during his time at the prep school is catalogued in our magazine this year. And Scott Faciolo-Barnes, Mr. FB, joined the team in 2015 following a fortuitous twist of fate and an overheard conversation on a train that introduced him to Bede's and the possibility of us getting him into the prep school. Scott has been outstanding during his time at Bede's, driving an agenda of improvement and development within the mathematics department. His work has quite simply been transformational. Not only to the vast majority of our pupils who really enjoy maths now, but also their progress and mastery of this subject has been astonishing. Scott has a thirst for learning and teaching. He's incredibly well read, and he's completing his Masters in Educational Management. He's Assistant Head of Teaching and Innovation, which saw him ideally placed to lead the remote learning team we put together a week before the Easter holidays, and the rest is history. Scott is a kind, incredibly generous, brilliant tutor, teacher, leader, colleague and friend, and we all wish him, Danny, his wife and children the best of luck as Scott takes up his first headship at Dulwich Junior School, Shanghai in September. And then Mrs. Entwistle. Rahina joined the prep school part-time in 2015. Now I know how much she hates goodbyes and farewell speeches, so I shall simply say that the pupils at Bede's have been fortunate to have been taught by her. She's been an excellent practitioner in the classroom, brilliantly organised, forever positive, and a fabulous team player. Regina is also a tower of strength for me personally. She keeps me grounded, and she puts up with an awful lot. So thank you. And Mrs. Purkis, another superb member of the Bede staff, much loved by her Year 4 classes as well, and when given the chance, she is a class act out on the games field as a sports coach. In fact, Mrs. Purkis is also a qualified PE teacher, and she will be taking up her post in the PE department at Caterham School from September. We wish her the very best. We also say farewell to Tracy Wakeham, who many of you will know as our superbly efficient receptionist at the prep school. Tracy's been a member of the admin team for a short while with us since December 2019. Georgina Collier moves on, she's one of our TAs, and Claire Moore also moves on this year. Emmy Boylan joined in September 2018 as a school assistant, becoming a teaching assistant in autumn of 2019, and she's going on to do her PGCE teacher training. We wish her well. Lucy Warrilow, our school assistant, leaves us this year, and she hopes to pursue a career working with children. And Mrs. Humphreys joined in December 2018 and took over as my PA from October 2019. She's done a fabulous job looking after the administration of the head's office. Julie, thank you for everything that you have done. And governors, I'd like to thank our Board of Governors for the immense help and support for the prep school, brilliantly led by Mrs. Geraldine Watkins. Thank you for your time, guidance, expertise and support over the past year. And of course I need to mention how wonderful our parents have been and the Friends of Bede's Prep, supporting everything that we do. And I'd like to personally thank Sam Williams for her hard work as chair of the Friends of Bede's Prep Committee. I'm delighted to let you know that Sam has agreed to stay on as chair whilst we look to appointing the next chair of the committee, something we've not been able to do under the present circumstances. And the Friends work tirelessly to support the school with their fundraising, running quiz nights, hosting coffee mornings, second-hand uniform sales and the amazing Christmas fair, our Burns night, which was great fun, and the biennial spring ball. Our Friends of Bede's members welcome new parents into the Bede's family, and as well as raising huge amounts for charity, they provided additional much-needed resources to the school. Thank you for everything that you do. And finally, our guest of honour. It's a real pleasure to introduce now Mr. Eddie Izzard. There is no way I can do justice in the time I have to introduce him to you. Hailed as the foremost stand-up of his generation, star of stage and screen, tireless supporter of charity, a runner, recently completing 29 marathons in 29 days to help raise awareness and to make humanity great again. Political campaigner, fashion icon, human. Eddie Izzard is all of these things and more. He's a former pupil of Bede's Prep, and I now hand over to him. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name's Eddie Izzard, and it's prize giving. It's prize giving, kids, and I got hair in my eyes. So we're here at, follow me around, camera. Yes, at Bede School. Here we are, and the sun is, it's good to shoot with the sun on the back of your head when you're my age, because I'm 1,000,009. Now, when I was a child, like you're still children, I was at your school, I was at Bede School. Yes, I was at this school. This is where I was. And I was here as a boy, and I'm now more of a girl. That happens. This is LGBT stuff, so you will discover all that. But you just ignore it. I just ignore all that stuff, and I've just gone and had a life. But I just wanted to say, this has been a weird year. You've had a COVID-19 year. I was here in 1969, and if you can count up to that or count back to that, that's a long time ago. That's when I first here, and there was a flu epidemic then, but COVID-19 has been much worse than that. So, yes, so you've had a strange old year, but so I'm here to say, well done. People who've won prizes, well done. Here's the school. Now I'm going to point out things in the school. So, the tall part of the building up here, that's why it used to be dormitories up there. And me and my brother was here as well. We used to sleep up in those dormitories. And this here, the refectory, your eating places, this were not here at all. Not here at all. And if we go over here, swimming pool wasn't even built when I first got here. And the gym above it, where you do the great plays, that wasn't done. Oh, my hair's gone crazy. So they were there. But I had a good time here. My brother had a tough time here, but it ended up a good time. And Peter Pymont was the president, the prime minister. No, he was the head teacher, the headmaster. And yeah, so you've gone through this thing with Giles, your headmaster, and I had this time, and I had a good time here. I sort of, you have a tough time as well, and sometimes you get in trouble and these things happen. But anyway, it's prize giving. So well done to people who won prizes. And people, if you haven't won prizes, and I didn't win many prizes, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because life is a marathon. I run marathons, and life is a long-term thing. It's a river, and you've got to learn and you're on a boat on a river, and you've got to learn to paddle. Some people just sit in the boat, and the river just throws them where it will. And I encourage you to develop paddles, to learn to steer yourself through the river of life, so that you can go from Bede School here, right by the downs, right by the sea, and you can have a life. And you probably, most of you will not say, I don't know what I want to do in life. You're not even thinking of life and career and all that kind of stuff. But it will come to you, and some people it doesn't. My father, he died a couple of years ago, and he said he still didn't know what he wanted to do with his life, and he was in his 80s. But yes, one life, live it well is my motto. So anyway, we're going to go inside. We're going to show you some things inside. Well, in here, this was the gym and the place where the plays happened. And I saw a play in here in early 1970, and it made me think I want to do that I want to perform in my life. So that was something which affected me deeply, and so from that age, when I was, how old was I? I was 8 years old, and I thought, right, I'm going to perform in shows. I'll tell you which bits of the school were here when I was here. This was before dinosaurs. I was here before dinosaurs. Now, as I spin around here, this, I think, is your art. This lower bit here. This was the refectory. This is where we ate food. And above that, we weren't even allowed to go there. That's where the headmaster, and he lived there. This part here was nothing there. You see, it's quite new bricks. Well, you might not think it's new bricks, but and the sixth form kids who did scholarship, they were up there, and I got into that form eventually. My brother was very clever. I was less clever, but I was very determined. If I wanted to be determined, I was. Now we're going to go in here, and you'll know this entrance. And this was the first form that I was ever in. Was in there. That was Form A. I was held back my first year for some reason. I was held back for one term. But yes, that's almost exactly the same as it was in there with the tutors. So I was in there my first year, and I'll take you through things. And I keep checking my head. Now this was the refectory. We used to go in here, and you could have tea, or you could have glasses of milk. I loved milk. This is where I became addicted to milk. And that was there. And then we used to go to the right, and we used to eat our food. And some of the food was not great. And then there was a staircase here. Oh yeah, still a staircase. This was here, so that's good. And then down here, I'm going to walk backwards. That was not there. That loo was not there. Not there. So here, these were changing rooms where for football and stuff. I love football. Very good at football. And you know, I was a boy. Now I'm more of a girl, trans woman. But boys can be great at football, and girls can be great at football. You see, this is the interesting thing about boys and girls. They used to say, girls must do this, boys. In the old days, girls must do this, boys can do that. But now girls can do anything. And if you are a girl, if you're gay, if you're lesbian, you're transgender, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You can do anything you want. If you're determined, you can go and do it. And this was how it was. This corridor here was there, and we used to go out there to go to team, and we were going to play games, because I was in the first 11 for 2 years. Good footballer I was. Pretty good footballer. But I had in here, I think this is all that. Yeah, but in there, that was a changing room as well. And I had a fight with Christopher Isherwood in there when I was 11, and I stopped crying after that. I never cried again because I lost it. And then beyond that was the place where we do shows. So that's sort of it. So this is quite similar, and even that ramp bit, that was the same. And then the swimming pool was built, so this is going to be edited because you'll go nuts looking at all this. Hello. So here we go upstairs. These are the same stairs, same wood. Now you might think it's very old, but it makes me feel very at home, because I knew this. I walked up this staircase so many times. Oh God, I almost fell over. Anything else? Oh, hello. So here I got given my colours for first 11 football right here. Peter Pinewood gave me the colours. He was supposed to present them, but I was ill the day, because you're supposed to get in front of the whole school. Quite a big deal. This is exactly how it was. So there's, you know, this area. We used to go in and out of there and up these stairs. It's weird, I've locked it all in my head. If you go to, I was here 6 years, and the staircase here, all of that, that's exactly the same. These are all now locked off. You have to have everything locked off these days, but nowadays everything was open, and we ran about. Oh, look at this. Look at this photo. So, what these kids are doing here, yeah, we would do stuff like that. Hanging kids out of windows, usually, which is kind of dangerous, and so they don't let you do it. And then this bit, we were never allowed in this bit. This bit, even though it's part of your school now, this, we were never allowed in here. It was the headmaster lived here and his family. The Paimonts lived here, yeah. I'm not even mentioned on any board, so I never did good. So if you're, one of the kids who did well, yeah, that's great. Well done, you. And if you didn't, that doesn't matter, because life is an adventure, and you have a long time to play it, and determination is very important. Determination. This is very similar. And I started my life at Bede School in this dormitory. This was a dormitory, these are all classrooms now, as you all know. In this one here, room 303. That's where I started. Yeah, that was my first dormitory. How weird. So this was a dormitory, and we had a 3-day week, and we had power cuts, and so we had lots of beds in here. 1, 2, 3. I did my first show in here. Oh wow, I did my first show in here. I did my first show just about there. My bed was there, and if you ever watch, there's a documentary on my life called Believe, and there was a bed there, and I did a show with teddy bears. My first show with teddy bears. Sorry, how old was I here? I must have been 8 or 9, and that happened there. I invited the headmaster and matron, and they sat there and watched me improvise with teddy bears. It wasn't a very good show. Wasn't, to be honest. It took me ages to get the hang of scripts. So yes, this part, we would never come here unless we'd been bad. If we were bad, we'd come here. Then you'd get a bit of punishment. That's what would happen. So you never saw this area. I do remember being here, and we did. Mr. Paimont, who was the headmaster, was good to me and my brother, and so we had a time here. We had a time, our childhood time, like you have had. And if you're leaving, then good luck to you, and just live life, find out things, push to expand your life. Do things. You'll get this thing called jobs. Jobs comes up later, and then you make money, and there's family and kids. But above all, try and find meaning in life, because I personally don't think we are given a purpose for being alive. We think we have to find a purpose for being on life. So this is what I say to you. I say to you, have a good time in childhood. Have fun with life. Life is an adventure. Make it an adventure. If it isn't an adventure already, or make it an adventure. You're going to have tough times in your life, and that's okay, because that's what happens in adventures. If you watch Harry Potter, if you watch Star Wars, you think tough things happen to them, and then they push and things get better. That is what life is. So you will have one life. This is your one life. They might have more lives. People say come back and have other lives. We don't know about that, but we know there's one, and this is it. And so, well done, the prize winners. If you haven't won a prize, don't worry about it. Just go on, live your life, live it well. Try things out. If they don't try other things, but keep pushing. Determination, above all determination. I've done a few things in my life. I've run a few marathons. I've performed in different languages. I've come out as transgender. That was a tough thing to do. But I was always determined. And if you can be determined and try things, failure doesn't matter, because sometimes things fail and you learn from failure. Success is great, but you don't really learn from success. So push. So try this, try that. Live life, live it well, and try and put back as well. If you can help others on the way, that's great. So get yourself to a good place, and then if you can turn around and see if anyone else needs a leg up, that's a wonderful thing. So I hope you've had a good time at Bede's. Congratulations to everyone, and go and have a good summer holiday in this weird COVID life we now have. This is Eddie Izzard signing out.
Eddie, thank you so much for coming into the prep school and for talking to us about some of your thoughts and some of your reflections on your time at Bede's. We're very, very fortunate to have had you here. Thank you so much. And now we move to the prizes. And this is where I'm going to call on Mrs. Leanne Morris, who is our Deputy Head Academic, to read out the prize winners. So keeping a 2-metre space, I shall move over and she will come in.
Thank you, Charles. We're going to start with Year 2. The Year 2 Lindop Cup is shared between Charlotte Collins and Kira Palmer-Greaves. In Year 3, English goes to Jaya Patel, Maths is shared between James Woodlock and Lily Morris, Science to Sebastian Goodyear, Humanities, Charlie Cutler, and the Endeavour Prize is shared between Ksenia Koplovich and Katie Medlock. In Year 4, English is shared between Jessie Hiscox and Clara Wigglesworth, Maths shared between Alexander Gristi Soler and Aidan Caulfield, Science to honour Ono Figuera, Humanities Toby Cutler, and the Endeavour Prize shared between Jersey Gilbert and Isabella Holden. Moving on to Year 5. English goes to Serena Patel, Maths to Jessie McLean-Young and Elijah Morris, Science to Jamie Tucker and Ralph Pavey, History to Violet Vesey, Geography to Joseph Berry, RS to Mimi Everson, French to Lucy MacDonald, and Spanish to Martha Williams. The Endeavour Prize in Year 5 is shared with Natalia Turner and Anya Lee Davis. Year 6. The English Prize goes to Emma Volks, Maths to Zach Patel, Science to Luca Brock, History to Pippa Nunn, Geography to Jai Jankel, RS to Alex Caulfield, French to Hattie Hiscox, Spanish Jemima Younger, Creative Arts Ella Quigley, and the Endeavour Prize to Amelia Parsons. The Junior Prizes. The Susie West Cup for Sporting Excellence is shared this year between Emma Volks and Ella Quigley. The Junior Music Prize goes to Iman Hodzik. The Dance Shield is shared between Lacey Calloway and Katie Farley. The Carol Weeks French Prize to Senna Harrison. The Jean Bond Cup for Creative Arts to Sunny Truan. The Elizabeth Turner Cup for Courtesy to Beatrice Crawford, and the Pricer Jones Award for Citizenship to Kobe Calloway. Moving on to Year 7. English is awarded to Humreen Ellens, Mathematics to Jack Ford, Science to Harrison Tradewell, History to Effie Honor Figara, Geography to Nell McLachlan, French to Lilac Rice-Oxley, Spanish to Harrison Tradewell, Classics to Kashif Rockhead. Art is shared between Nadia Avdiv and Clara Sancho. Creative Arts goes to Misha Lee, and the Endeavour Prize to Ella Venables. In Year 8, English is awarded to Megan Cheshire, Mathematics to Nathan Ho, Science to Georgia Wakeham Dawson, History to Olivia Driver, Geography to Amber Patel, French to Margot Cabaret, Spanish to Megan Lilly, Classics to Ryan Daunt, Computing to James Berry, and Art to Nia Hooton. The Year 8 Academic Prizes. The English Cup this year goes to Amelia Dayton. The Leslie Raven Maths Cup goes to Nathan Ho. The Kerrish Science Prize goes to Joseph Leonard. The Classics Shield to Reuben Mace. The Wilson History Shield to Amelia Dayton. And the Geography Prize to Reuben Mace. Learning Enhancement Prizes. The Vel Sedge Shield goes to Margot Cabaret. The Studley Plate for Outstanding Academic Commitment in Learning Enhancement goes to Mia Gamer. The Dematos Cup for Endeavour goes to Jessica Cadman. And the EAL Prize goes to Bosco Briuega. Moving on to music. The Murray Choir Cup goes to Ava Thurston. The Linda Gregory Strings Prize to Oliver Rivet. The Marshall Orchestra Cup and Prize to Emma Chin. The Wilkins Woodwind Shield to Patrick Rodahan. The Keyboard Prize to Reha Akinlosutu. The Vocal Prize to Amelia Williams. The Guitar Prize to Reuben Mace. The Brass Prize to Pippa Nunn. The Percussion Prize to Sebastian Dobson. And the Raven Shield to Oliver Rivet. Moving on to arts. The McLean Art Shield and Prize goes to Scout Brown, and the Turner Prize to Eva Sellens. Performing Arts. The Drama Cup this year is shared between Olivia Driver and Amelia Williams. The Ballet Shield is shared between Isla Moody and Sophia Hawkins. The Adams Cup for Creative Arts goes to Sebastian Chance. And the Izard Cup for Performing Arts goes to Megan Lilly. Sports Cups. The Brian Shaw Football Cup goes to Henry Taylor. The Hill Hockey Cup is awarded to Louis Venables and Louis Lawrence. The Cricket All-Rounder Cup goes to Toby Leonard. The Norton Cup for Under 10 Cricket goes to Elijah Morris and Serena Patel. Bede's Fielding Cup goes to Toby Burdekin. The Sarah Snow Senior Netball Cup goes to Amelia Williams. The Girls' Football Shield is shared between Annabelle Worcester and Valia Avdiva. The Berry Hockey Cup goes to Amy Wakeham Dawson. The Junior Hockey Prize is shared between Erin Murphy and B. Crawford. The Cricket Girls' Cup goes to Rosie Tewson. And the Taylor Cricket Shield for Girls' Cricket goes to Ella Balk. Tennis. Senior Tennis Cup is awarded to Jack Ford. Junior Boys Tennis Cup to Indy Brown. Junior Girls Cup to Serena Patel. Mini Tennis Cup to Lily Morris. And the Mottram Cup for Family Tennis Parent and Child Junior Tournament goes to Mr. Caulfield and Aidan. Swimming. Senior Swimming Prize goes to Toby Leonard, and the Junior Swimming Cup to Finley Allen. General Sporting Awards. Sports Personality Shield goes to Eddie Anderson. The Worthington Cup for Sportsmanship to Ella Belk and Henry Taylor. Sportsman of the Year Cup to Dylan Sedan. And Sportswomen of the Year Shield to Georgia Wakeham Dawson. I'll now hand over to the headmaster who will award his prizes for this year.
Mrs. Morris, thank you very much indeed. And now the headmaster's prizes. I'm delighted to award the Willis Blackstone Cup for Junior Citizenship to Oliver Morris. The Men's Encouragement Cup is shared between Jack Barraclough and Isabella Finley. The Pavia Cup is awarded to Milo Harrison. The Ashford Courtesy Prize to Sebastian Chance. The Valerie Hatter Cup is awarded to Valerie Van Tol. And the Borough Cup for Dedication goes to Bradley Worcester. The Mark Bridges Cup is awarded to Jago Anderson. The Prizer Jones Award for Citizenship is awarded to Lola Woolard. And the Rust Cup for Shining, delighted to announce that it goes to Jake Hadland this year. The Ayers Virtuti Prize for the head girl to Olivia Driver, and the Choice Virtuti Shield is awarded to Harry Burgham. The Sarah Quibell Cup for Kindness Junior is awarded to Zach Gamer, and the Sarah Quibell Cup for Kindness Senior to Rosie Chuson. And this year, for the first time, and you can read about this in the programme, the Lynette Bonnell Cup for always going the extra mile, I'm delighted, is awarded to Harry Burgham. And the overall section cup this year, the winners are Raven. Well done indeed. We finish, of course, our prize giving with short addresses now from our head boy and our head girl. So I shall hand over to Harry and to Olivia. Over to you guys.
Hello everyone. I would like to start off by saying what a strange year we've all had. COVID-19 has affected so many lives and some more than others. But there's no better example to show that when it matters, the Bede Prep community that we are lucky enough to experience every day can pull together. 1,583 days ago, many of my fellow students and I walked into Bede Prep, and I would like to think that we are better people walking out. Thanks to our teachers and our fellow students, we have learned valuable life lessons and skills to help us for the years to come. But as our time at Bede Prep comes to a close, I would like to talk about some of my favourite memories here. The Year 7 trip to Canterbury, Spain is one of my favourite memories at Bede's. Being in sunny Spain with my friends, learning about the Spanish culture was valuable. Being in Spain with my teachers and my fellow students taught me to have independence and to try new things. As you all know, most of our year groups hold a play throughout the year. Back when I was in Year 4, we hosted a play called Hoodwinked, and it was based off the story of Robin Hood. I was lucky enough to be chosen to play the part of Robin. Having the opportunity to play such an important role was an honour, and performing in front of an audience taught me to have a lesson I will never forget: confidence. Confidence is one of the most valuable lessons anyone can ever learn, and Bede certainly knows that. There are many opportunities that Bede have given me to build my confidence, such as giving me the opportunity to take on the role as head boy and to speak at open mornings. Or when we all had a wet break and the movie was being set up, and I somehow managed to keep 50 hyper Year 3s and 4s entertained. These experiences and more have given me the confidence to try anything I put my mind to, and I have Bedes to thank for that. As my time at Bedes is coming to a close, I would like to thank my teachers who have helped me through this journey. These last 4 years have given me some of the best memories of my life, and the Bede Prep community is something I will definitely cherish forever. But it is time for me and my fellow students in Year 8 to end our time and move on to the next chapter. Whatever the next chapter may be, I'm sure we will all have confidence in our stride. It has been amazing to be able to talk to you all today. Thank you. Goodbye.
Hello everyone, I'm Olivia Driver and I'm head girl at Bede's. Some people say that school is somewhere that you go for a few years. You are in, then out. But my time at Bede's has been so much more than that. In a way, I think that Bede's is like a Lego set. You empty all the pieces from the cardboard box and see an overwhelming amount. That is like your first day of the school. Even though I may not remember my first day, I know that it was mind-blowing seeing all the new faces, just like seeing all the Lego bricks on the floor. But eventually, you start to lay down your foundations, find your feet at the school, and the structure begins to take shape. These foundations represent the beginning of my time at Bede's, the earliest memories, but also the part of the structure that holds up the rest, the base. Without those memories and time spent, we would have a lopsided model. Next, the colourful bricks are laid down. These represent the teachers, the trips, the lessons. Without the engaging school trips, without the enjoyable lessons, and the passionate teachers, we would have no character at Bede's, no way of finding the things we love to do. The lessons help us to find our hobbies, strengths, and confidence. This is one thing I would say to my past self. Be confident and don't worry. You see, as we begin to forge relationships with our teachers, as we get used to going on school trips, we find ourself and our character. Finally, we have the decoration, the stickers, the characters, and the final parts we lay when we begin to become comfortable with building our construction. Personally, I think that these represent the friendships that you make at Bede's, the people you meet, the people that give you extra personality and character. You're with them every day, always checking up on them, making sure that a sticker is not falling off, making sure that character is fully secure. Without the relationships and bonds we build with our friends and teachers at school, it would be dull. We would still have our colourful blocks, but we would not have our happiness, our laughs, and our strongest memories. I do not think that any of us expected our final term to be at a physical distance from our school, but all the bricks that have made up my experience have remained strong. I feel proud of being a part of the Bede's community and am thankful to all the many parts that have contributed to my experience at the school. The teachers, the trips, the lessons, and friends. They have made me who I am today, and I go forward with confidence. So, Bede's is just like Lego. You see the building from the outside, but it is nowhere near as special as what is inside the box. Thank you.
Thank you, Harry. Thank you, Olivia. That was fabulous. And now, signing out, this will be my final prize giving at Bede's. It's been a privilege to be head at the prep school. I want to thank you all for your support for our wonderful 7 years here. We've had a fantastic time. And I'd like to wish everybody the most brilliant summer holiday and good luck for September. I promise to keep in touch. Thank you.
He has been a real joy to work with and great to get to know. It is with great sadness that we bid farewell to Mr. Entwistle today as he heads off to West London to become the head at Durston House. All grown-ups appear as giants to small children, but headmasters are the biggest of all and acquire a marvellously exaggerated stature. Mr. Entwistle has been a wonderful headmaster for our prep school, and he has done a sterling job over the course of the last 8 years. His infectious enthusiasm is truly unique. It is terrific to work with someone who is more excited about coming to school than the pupils are. What makes him such an impressive headmaster is his passion for sharing in the learning experiences of all the children, regardless of whether they're in the nursery or in Year 8. Roald Dahl once said, "If I were a headmaster, I would get a chocolate teacher, and my pupils would study a subject that affected all of them." That sounds very much like Mr. Entwistle. His commitment to creating an innovative learning environment and curriculum for all his pupils is clear to see. But at the same time, his commitment to the care and the compassion of each and every child is a wonderful mix which is rare to see in modern education. We cannot forget his sense of adventure, his love of running and for spending time on his electrical bike. The highlight must be the half marathon he completed in the Arctic Circle in freezing conditions with Mr. Purkis and Mr. Lewis, in aid of the Beachy Head chaplaincy. His work in the local community has also been noticeable, being chair of the Eastbourne Business and Education Partnership, and also his commitment to working for a plastic-free Eastbourne. Thank you, Mr. Entwistle, for all you have done for the prep school and the trust more widely. It has been greatly valued and truly appreciated. We would like to wish you, Regina, Anna and Amelia every success as you start your new adventure up at Durston House. And thank you for everything that you have done for us.